Chris Henriksen, and I work for Discount Tire Company, and I am Senior Vice President of Risk Management and Litigation for the company. Journey's been 8 to 9 years, depending on who you ask now. My journey started with the company 10 years ago, almost 11 now, and almost immediately when I came in, we were on a legacy system, and it was not cloud-based. And one of my direct reports, who was a claims manager, came to me and said, we need a new system. From there, we made the choice, obviously, to bring it in for an immediate value opportunity, ROI, as the CFO likes to say, where we could associate it with claims management and our claims spend. And we were able to show that immediately there was going to be a savings over what we were paying. So that's kind of how we launched Risk Connect within the organization. But part of the RFP was also looking at the expansion of the platform in the future, and really where were we going to be able to have enhancements and other opportunities to integrate it within the organization. An immediate target that we saw was safety. At the time, I was blessed to have safety within my business unit, and so safety and claims and litigation were all there at the table chiming in, and that weighed heavily into our RFP. And so at the end of the day, we made the selection, we did the implementation, we immediately spun it up for claims, and then from there, safety picked it up and went running with it and integrated a lot of the features and benefits into their program, and we've grown from there. So we have resilience running on Risk Connect. We also have safety. Now we have executive health running on Risk Connect. We have sustainability running on Risk Connect, and within the Risk Connect system for our business area, we have enterprise risk management. We're looking at third-party risk management, and then a lot of smaller features and benefits of Risk Connect that have really helped enhance the system, along with Domo, which is what Risk Connect calls Insights. That's been a huge part of our growth and our journey, and the safety program has no doubt benefited from that data and those analytics getting passed along, even now, so that they rely very heavily upon the safety reporting out in the field operations. And we have over 1,250 stores now in the United States, and we have over 35,000 employees. So we got a lot of data and a lot of information that can benefit from the platform. In every organization, we had the same thing, silos, avenues of opportunity, holistic, enterprise, all those things. And really, it's allowed us to bring the data together so that we can share it among the organization and really bring more relevance to risk management, as well as benefiting the business. I mean, obviously, everything we do has to benefit operations. If it's not benefiting operations, there's no point in putting the effort into it, because that's our lifeblood. In our case, it's tires, wheels, lug nuts, windshield wipers, and other things. That benefit has to come to the organization, and it really has, especially with the safety and the claims mix and getting that data out. But now with enterprise risk, I'm pleased to report, after pushing a pretty heavy stone up the hill for many, many years, that we have executive engagement and there's awareness. And now it's not a question of if, now they're saying, when are we going to have this and when can we have more, which is fantastic. I love it. But those things that all tie into the platform being a unified, holistic view. And even when it isn't, we're able to integrate other systems into it. So we have our third-party administrators that we rely upon, and they're trusted partners and vendors. They have their own systems that they want to work on, but we're still able to extract that data and put it into Risk Connect, so we have this view of everything, whether it's work comp or it's property damage or nurse case manager information or anything like that. The ability to be mobile with Risk Connect and the mobility of Risk Connect is really, really wonderful. And I'm biased, I'm a big fan of Salesforce. I think the adoption and the ease of development also, especially because we use a lot of other Salesforce systems in our organization. Benefit to the business? Again, operations, I'll focus on that pretty much exclusively. By implementing the system in claims and then having safety latch on and grow in some respects faster than we've been able to grow the claims portion, we've been able to get information and data out to our stores and our regions. And what they're doing with that is they've integrated it into a scorecard, and that scorecard contains not only operational and financial and metrics that relate to the day-to-day operations of the business, but it's also giving them a view of, safety. Safety is our first consideration. It applies to our people and our customers, and so the stores have a bird's eye view of that because of this data that's coming out of Risk Connect and being integrated, whether it's into insights or it's going into our other reporting platforms within the organization. Safety's taken it and developed scoring. And so now you have your eye on the prize. There's certain weighting to different areas, and we're seeing those dividends come in reduced TRIR, reduced DART rates. Claims volume I don't think is ever going to reduce. That's just a factor of life in terms of the business we do, but it's all been a value add to operations. We'd love to eliminate claims and injuries. Our goal is zero, but at the end of the day, it's reducing the strain on them to report these things and frankly to get the help they need. The other huge business dividend it's been for us is allowing for these investigations and cause analysis that's being done by the safety team. Focus right now on employee injuries, but just more awareness to the organization and growth. So it's just been one of those things that's been kind of an easy button for our organization to latch onto and grow. Impact on the culture, impact on communication, just overall impact to the organization. If you look at resilience, there's business impact analysis, there's planning, there's also the crisis management side of thing. And we all love to send group text messages, and we all love to make phone calls when there's crisis to make sure we got the right people on the line and all those things. But when you get to be a big company like Discount Tire, large and successful company, there's more strain on the system, and you really got to be able to get that information out quickly and in a cohesive manner and avoid as much confusion as possible. So we look forward to further deploying that and maturing it as we go along, but we could see that that's going to be a big value add outside of the insurable risk space. The other part is really with the enterprise risk management information. I mean, everybody can do it on spreadsheets, and they can do it in the old-fashioned way, or we can put it into Risk Connect, and we can make that information available through communities or through for portals for intake. And then you tie those together with the resilience program and the enterprise risk management program, and more of our people are starting to get it. And it's starting to see the value of risk management. And the journey never ends, but I'm encouraged to see not only in the world in general, we're talking more about risk and risk management, but within our organization. And they're asking, where's the data? Where's the X to Y by when? How are we going to fix these things? What are we going to do to mitigate? And all that engagement is coming as a result of obviously the people in the process, but the technology's got to be there also. And then obviously there'll be more risk awareness, more risk discussions, and more risk mitigations. Maybe we don't avoid those crises from happening, but we certainly are able to react and respond to them faster so the business can be more successful. And at the end of the day, that's, keep your eye on the prize, and our eye is on operations being able to do its job on a daily basis with the least possible disruption. And every injury, every damage, everything else is a disruption to the business.